Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our Titan chain cable snow tire chains right here on our 2014 Toyota Prius V. So these are super low profile cable tire chains. So compared to the traditional chains that have those links, these have steel rollers. So they're ideal if you're looking for a smoother ride while still getting a little extra traction on the road. Not ideal for if you have a lot of ice and a lot of snow. I recommend going with larger chains then, but if something that's not tearing up the road as well as low profile, and if your priority is because you have limited wheel well clearance, then these might be a good option for you. These are ladder style chains. So there's usually two styles or two patterns of chains. There's the diamond pattern, which covers more of your tire, usually has a smoother ride. And then there's ladder style. The larger ladder style chains have a bump as you go down the road. But since these have rollers, you won't hear as much of a bump. You'll have a smoother ride. But what is it made of? So we have our steel rollers on top. They're made of a low carbon steel. That's a hardened steel, which the priority of that is going to be durability. Even if you hit rocks, even if you hit hard surfaces, it should stay strong. Now, on the inside are going to be your sturdy cross cables, and then you also have your side cables. These cables are important because you can see how we have them bringing down the tension with these rubber tensioners, and you want them all to stick together so they don't come flying off in the road. There's going to be what we call the SAE classification, and in that classification, these are Class S. What does that mean? Well, if you have limited wheel well clearance, let's say you don't have much clearance around your tires, there's important things behind your wheels, you'll want Class S chains. Those are super low profile. They sit low to your wheels. They don't take up too much space. Now, this is actually my car, and I have the Prius V5, which means I have the 17-inch wheels, and because of that, having Class S chains is even more important. The tire size I have here is going to be 215/50 R17. If you're not sure what tire size you have, it's printed right here on the sidewall. Knowing that number is very important because that's what you're going to use on our fit guide here at etrailer.com so that you can find the best fit for your tires. Also, I installed these on the front tires of our Prius V as per the owner's manual. Do the same on yours. Before we take a look at the install process, let's take a look at how it arrives. So it's going to arrive in this bag. While it is easy to store this bag inside of your vehicle, which is good for if you're driving through areas that just require you have chains in your vehicle at all times, the tricky part is putting the chains back into this bag. You're going to have to stack them on top of each other and roll them really tight, so keep that in mind if you do want to reuse these chains. But inside, you're going to have some instructions. I do recommend paying attention to the install process in this video though, because that will guide you through that process. So my personal thoughts about these cable chains is if you are looking for something very low profile, you're really worried about your driveway or the road, or sometimes some dealers recommend you only use cable chains and not the actual chains, that's what you would get these for. I personally would recommend going for a low profile diamond pattern chain. There's some really easy ones to put on, like the Titan chain diamond alloy snow tire chain, or the more premium Koenig self-tensioning tire chain, which is I think the CG9. Those are very easy to do, and I recommend them too because they do not involve reaching behind your tire to attach. You can do everything in front. If you are stranded by the side of the road, you're in the snow, you're in the ice, you would want something that's easier to install. But if your focus is cable chains, your focus is low profile, and you want something affordable, you're not planning on using it much, then these might still work out for you. So let's take a look at that install process. So what I do first is I just lay out the chains on the ground, and I highly recommend you doing this too pretty much the moment the chains arrive. That way you get familiar with how to install these on your tires in the warmth of your garage and not when you're stranded by the side of the road. So just lay them out and just double check that all our links are there. Another thing to look out for is to make sure you're facing the right way. There's going to be one side that says tire side. That's going to be on your tires. The other side has kind of a hook. You want that away from your tires. Once you've confirmed that it all looks good, just grab it from the center and gently drape these over your tires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach behind our tire to make the connections in the back. This can be tricky for you because there's not much clearance underneath your tires. So if you want to, you could just drive over the chains and then connect them on top. Whichever works better for you. I'll show you how to do it in the front. So that connection is going to be with these stops as well as this hook. So you're just going to thread this through, and since this is a larger fitting chain, I would go as tight as you can get it, so probably all the way to the very end on both sides, and once you have it, you just pull to tighten that down. And once you've had it secured, don't forget to secure the excess links with this little hook at the end. There we go. And then use your rubber tensioners just to get a little extra tension on your chains. These are not included with your tire chains, but highly recommended to add on. As you can see, those rubber tensioners really added a little bit more of tension to our tire chain. So repeat this process on the other side. If you are driving over your tire chains, just go ahead and do them both at the same time. That way you don't have to go back and forth. But once all that is done, I recommend going forward about 1/4 mile, 1/2 mile, and then double checking to see that everything is still in place. If it is, good job, you're done with the install process and you're good to go. And that was a look right here at our Titan Chain Cable snow tire chains with steel rollers here on our 2014 Toyota Prius V.